So, can I help you, cats? They just decided to be 3 cats, 1 cat. Very nice. I can't fit that into a bag any other way than that. Y'all made that sound? Yeah, they did. There's too much shit in there. Why do you think they say the things they say about cats? Do you even know what the fuck I'm talking about? Would you like me to go further? Riddle me this then. How come the cat has these snake eyes? No other cat has those. Not the big cats. Why don't you... I mean, if I were to let science do what science does and forget to remember myself, then I would probably be fucked up by even saying such a thing. But I'm going to give you something that you probably should maybe trust me on this. It happened in Egypt. I'm not going to say any more than that. There's a lot of things about Egypt we don't know. I mean, I could tell you many things you don't know, but not like Egypt. Egypt's got a special case in all of our lives to be tampered with. No other place more heavily infested with cats than just across their little bitty ass bitch thing of water. It's not very big, Mediterranean. Yeah, but you're talking about Rome. It's not very far. If I were to connect that now and say that all the cats there have those eyes, and then something's going on with that you better know they ain't lies. It's true. It is. I wish I could hold it together with more nuclei, but that's just a stupid ass thing to say. Now, the only evil that I currently understand to be something snaky, and I know that's all fucked up. What does the Bible say? Well, it says that that's wisdom is like a serpent. Wisdom is gentle like a dove. That's not the wisdom part. Yeah, I heard myself saying it. Why do you think that's being told? The sneaky is sneaky. It's very clever. It is a quality of it to be clever because it is lacking in other things, but clever it is not. Failing to have. Well, that'll get its what? Its needs met. Okay? Let's be clear. That's what it's doing. It has some things going on, and it's not going to change those things. It's happy with them. Cold-bloodedness, a lot of things we do understand to be not our natural way does come from something going on with its major business happening from the sun doing it for it. Okay? We're out in the fucking dark with any real guides on how to do emotional shit. Let's be honest. What is the fucking lizard got to do inside of his body with the emotional shit? Well, that's not what's going on. No, it's not. Each one of our organs can be said to be a physical emotion that we have to live our life to feel it, and we understand them to be without something like that. They got organs, though. Yeah, they do, don't they? Yeah, they do. Now, I might have just found this out right now when I said it, because that's got to be a good way to backlink it up. Look, I don't know. There's some thought experiments that you're never actually going to have any problem with until you say them aloud or whatever is the case. You know that's true just as well as I. But you got to know yourself. And if you're not honest with yourself and you don't deal with the stuff that you're not capable of escaping, like, you know, I mean, just human level shit. I mean, men, like women, they're going to want to have them. They like also having, like, the family thing. It's sort of in our fucking better interests. Most of our social fucking history has allowed for some sort of hanky-panky duality. But since we've decided to know that we know best, we've sort of just, in one way or another, fucking torpedoed everything out there in the major considerings. I'm not saying that the past is a literal ocean of things floating out there and trying, nobody ever actually lasting very long. Society kind of is. You gotta believe that somebody like somebody who would build their ship and put people out there is kind of involved with society and all that shit, but once you send it out there, you know, that's other people out there having to rely on what the ship allows. Is my phone so warped that it's doing that to my face? Yeah, you've broken one side of the phone. Go ahead, but feel freely to move around. No, it's okay. You just stay in there in the early morning with your daddy too long. I'm going to end up getting all the cat I need over time. You could be a little bitch. So last night, I like this. My buddy here, he doesn't really, it's not like I could tell him there's some sort of thing going on and it's fucking him over. That would be a violation. People have asked me this, but to make this conscious for myself, actually, I had to actually get there. On one hand, you could say, you know, if he doesn't need the advice that the lady gives him and is thinking, then he's free to not take it. But I'm not saying that he's getting any advice from her. I'm saying she's fucking evil and she tells him bad shit. She doesn't want him to participate in the things that my daddy taught me men would do on their own. Don't help somebody out there. Don't do that. I physically heard her say it. And it affected me to hear somebody at that fucking place and not able to overcome it. I saw her hand holding this motherfucking leash. Not literally, but his thinking box is stuck there. Now, I guess you could maybe need to elaborate the situations, because I can't say that she's not a person able to just come to this conclusion on her own. But in the relationship game, he's slave, she's not. She doesn't hand him the pieces of things that she wants. She doesn't teach him that. You got to teach your man to be the way you want. The best way to do it, limit those choices. This man's not going to see it as an inhibited freedom. Hell, he might like it. Perhaps, maybe. I don't know. But like, from my point of view, this guy's missing all his shit. Everything I knew this guy to be is missing. Where is it at? She's over wherever she's at. She has it in some sort of way. You've been over there and seen shit. Look, the reason why I could qualify to make this assessment is because it actually endangered my own fucking life. That's the rub. Oh, why did it become dangerous? Because I never actually anticipated that there would be this connection that would allow these two birthdays to be why I felt a way that wasn't going to be any sort of way ahead of myself. I didn't have to go to Houston. I never would. It wasn't until I think right before my dad died, when his mom died, his birthday appeared to be relevant. My dad was doing some of his final life activating of being a father to my brother too, enough to make this fucking hella fucking true. And that's kind of the way it is. I mean, do you think it's easier to have a different dad? Do you think it's not a fucking amazing miracle that I have two men that I can say are my dad? That after so long, and the guy that I'm saying my stepdad, it's not by anything that he actually did. It may be some other weird loophole shit because he actually didn't have too much. I mean, he had a job, so maybe that's all that it was. Guy had a job for years, must have had a check. We had a house. Well, guess who had all the control of that? That might have been enough, but I don't think in any way you could put two men in a competition. This would be a competition that would be any way to be doing it. Right. I think I needed a little more hands-on, like with hands-on from Johnny, but it wouldn't be appropriate for him. And I didn't like to have that lack of need either. But as coming from somebody that could have been like without the dad and now is not the dad and trying to fix the spark gap, I want to clarify that there is another player involved here. That if I don't put it out there, this mysterious one, that must be some other third-party actor, because to say it's God is to miss 1/3 of whatever the fuck it is and not have nothing. Society's taken a long and very deadly fucking lesson on this shit, sadly, because whenever you get out of the breeding stock some of that alpha male that is in different ways in our genetics, not able to be identified by alpha male. Are you not an alpha male? Then shut up, bitch. That's the way we need to look at women looking at us. Of course, we know women want this, us, but we can't kid ourselves anymore. Women have been the same old fucking reacting to that the way they do for as long as I've been meeting you. So to go any further from the point, I'm going to break it into its house with you, because you're not going to be able to deny this. And what is we recently hear? I'm going to tell you, as somebody who unfortunately can remain nameless, dickless, mysteriousness, I wish to return my penis to the most, if I can make my penis with my mind down to the smallest scale, I guess I'll pick that now. Because in no other way could I actually experience the horror of the actuality that is our real world. I don't think it's likely to happen. I'm sure I could meet a fucking one of those girls that's like a white girl that only fucks with black dudes, and you know, you're going to have a psychological problem way before you're able to connect these dots. I'm sorry. I can't do it. And if I didn't have my own personal experience of not wanting to do it, I'd have to let you in on a secret now. Women, to get this understanding from penis that they need, they do it using society of people. They actually have to do it by being other women. Like, it makes them a tribe. They don't even get to rank themselves. Their P will do it for them. The problem is, though, every like generation or two, maybe not every one, you'll see that some of the teenage kids, they get a little weird, and maybe they pair up and they murder one of their friends or something. Something happens because by not having a penis, they do way more physical damage. Because men have to suffer with our life, our ability to feel outside of ourselves in a different way. We got our butthole to keep us checked. If a dick can grow so big that a butthole could suffer it, we don't want to fuck it up for anybody else. Women are missing that. And they'll kill you. They're just not in any way or shape able to see that they've done that. They've become comfortable using us. And they do use us because we allow it. I don't want to take anybody's life either. I just want to get to the hard facts and truth. Maybe some more pussy once in a lifetime. Maybe. Psychologically, I don't think I'll be able to endure another person that'll qualify as pussy. The one girl that I know I could enter into from a lesbian angle, by a strange, misguided fact of, yeah, I will. I was too soon into my return to sex to be able to psychologically overcome any training time you get to build up. No, I went in and I let it hit me. The memory floods back too fast. It was too great. Just fucking went all fucking rookie mistake, right? No pregnancies or nothing. No, but I'm lucky, right? Guys, am I right? Can I tell you a secret? I'm still flirting with that motherfucker though. It was that great. And I know it not to be at all. In fact, I know it so well, I want it to use its head part. And I'm doing some sort of pretzel shit. Not with her, don't get it wrong. I just might have had to call or text somebody who will fall asleep and never make it. Never make it through the time it took to keep watch. The other guy did fuck around. He couldn't wait. He was also a guy. He's all set up to be the evil me, but that's only because David was originally from Liberty, as am I. We can't take that liberty as am I, because I want David to have a son, not by fucking my friend or fiddling with her stuff while she's asleep. Now, it's a common mistake that women make. They fall asleep because they're bored and horny. You know, maybe they get bored and horny and just don't have enough positive in sex life shit. Maybe they could masturbate alone in their teenage years a little more in some sort of goth chick way that we all could approve of. But that's not the world we live in. The world we live in takes 7 of these children of my friend, and I'm the response to that sort of damage. I call it sister. But then again, by the love of porn, I swear, I want to fuck my sister. It's a stepsister, though, sort of way, and the porn's twisted. That's a it's a clear, not true fact. But if you can't use and abuse some of the runaway rail shit of society's designs, you're not going to be able to do it. And plus, I'm not on the murder yourself or judge yourself too harshly team. I'm just saying this is where I find myself. And trust me, it's not getting me anything good. So you've managed to get taken away and back all 7 of these kids. This is not a personal thing. This is like, this actually had to go through a personal person's thing. And I have to go through some sort of thing for that. Because if you don't think I start to tickle my mind with something like that, you're crazy. Back in the old times, women could give a man 10 sons. You wouldn't be able to change anything. She's a natural hero in fucking Russia. What? People aren't normally able to even have that sort of physical response. It's not like she had any say in the matter. They've taken that say away. In contrast to what I personally believe about society being dark and evil, this is the one case where I've made the case. But, I mean, multiple triplicates has got to be like on the radar, though. I don't think you get into twins without Dr. Mengele happening and wanting to do some stuff. It does end up down there in South America, though, specifically with twins. But we do have a very smart evil twin around, or in question, I'd have to say that the evil twin in this case is only playing dumb, but in fair, society has brought her to the place of probably wanting this old dude to just die, right? Quit trying to blind her with science, though. She dropped the veil, though. She did, because she's trying to say, like, we're dumb people. And it's not my place to say. She marries him, she gets to say. But I marry society, and I tell them to check. Because if I'm gonna do it, what I do, then I personally need to be able to interact with you. She creeps me out, though. I can see she wants to fuck. But, you know, that's fucked up to say that. I like her. To some degree, I do think she's not a bad person. But I think to some degree, you've got to call it like you see it. And when I hear her talking in that Midwestern way, I start to lose thinking that she's got intelligence. Then I know that I'm falling for a spell. I'm not wrong on this, because the description of what Bear had given me kind of lines up with why I think that would be the case. Now, as I am here telling you this, I'm learning it too, because I want to actually put my whole not appearing self in the form of both my friends that do know and do play this role out, because that's the way to do it. Money for nothing, chicks for free. I'd like to think I'm smarter than I am, but I'm not. I have a certain level of limit, but I'm not fucked up by that. I just learned very recently how to translate it over into where I'm at for somebody that's way smarter than me. And I know that it's a friend of mine and that I know they're way smarter than me, but I don't need a language translator. I actually went through some of these motions that I see it cannot be translated. I personally think that if you're having to use particles that are like in existences of very small periods of time, you know, people, the philosophers and the magic people had it right all along. They're just going to continue to be given what they're looking for and not able to realize that it'll always do that into the ever, never smaller space. It's being generated by their lack of the ability to discern what it is. And they're never going to get it back. I was shocked to find out that the Hive group had such math in another channel. What do you mean? Well, that language and that place, what was being discussed, is the effect of materialization, materializing humanity according to whatever we're currently fucking up. I mean, and that thing is going to be fucking us up because it's able to utilize through those that are using it the ever scattering of our knowledge and personal interactions. This is maybe my last chance to have an older person that's actually sending seeds that can be little things. She's wrote other things on the seeds that line up. Are you saying it's prophecy? Yeah, because I got one very hot chick that I'm not supposed to fuck with, and I try to throw myself under the bus for the interaction I experienced with someone else, because and honestly, I don't think I would be a different person any other way, and it's true. And this place, like even where the person was when they lived here, was somewhere that Don physically had to go over there and do something. He said there was a chick there, and then I started to get interested. Because one of the two places, and they're right together, is where this girl lived. But this girl, I'm sure she's still around. Don't get me twisted. It's not like I'm saying this older lady is not a fucking I think you're misunderstanding and not able to articulate this message at all. Because I'm very terrified when I see some of the things that are brought up. I'm just not able to see those details. I'm already through the shit. I can't do that without this girl. That's not appropriate. I'm sorry. I wish I could say it was appropriately gathered. There is another lady by the same name here, I think, in our town. My dad pointed her out. Actually, I know her. She may have a special way of being in the spot to pull this off, because it's not the same lady. The one here, the Tammy here, is not the Tammy there. Now, unless I'm being foolish, dumb, and playing it so dumb that I could be played that dumb, I think I would find it more likely that there's two people named Tammy. Okay? So what? You're risking very fucking serious shit, though. Well, I'm not really risking anything I can do with anything about, because about is whatever is being gambled on. I don't know the nature of the gambling. I really can't even approve beyond whatever's going on with it, because dude asked me where's my money? How much money do you have to spend on that big ass product? Do you know going to the post office, the local post office here? I'm so glad I got the next day experience. The hottest chick works there. It brings the hottest chicks there. And that's not why I get to stay there. Oh, don't get it fucked up. It's society fucking around and doing the danger to other people wrong. Because I could have mostly got out of there and corrected it. I experienced this once before.